This Superman has been a friend of mine and a fixture at the top of the skateboarding world for quite some time. Over the years, Bucky Lasek has wowed millions around the world while pulling off insanely technical skateboard moves and getting massive air. But what you might not know is Bucky is a high-flying man of many trades. Sure, he's a bird skating legend and X Games champion, with 10 gold medals to be exact, but he is also an accomplished rallycross race car driver. And believe it or not, he's a turtle and tortoise nerd. It's Bucky's world, and today, we're excited to enter it. Our animal mission is simple: education in action, conservation in action. This is Kamp Kenan. What's up, everybody? I'm with a good old friend of mine, Bucky Lasek, and we go way back from our days, well, my days in action sports, which are now few and far between, but I'm out here doing a tour of fun things in Southern California, and Bucky and I keep up with each other on Instagram, and Bucky loves tortoises. How'd that happen, man? It kind of by accident,
It kind of
right?
started with turtles, actually.
Okay.
Back in Florida, when I lived on an island. I lived on a two-house island outside of Fort Myers.
Get out of here.
And I had a boat, and all I did was fish, collect tortoises, turtles, because
yeah.
tortoises weren't really on the island.
Right.
And I became like really fond of turtles.
Yeah, cool,
It's like
man.
my favorite pet from then on.
So what we're going to see here today are these little guys. We got some little Sulcatas, and this is kind of cool because so many people who watch my channel are just getting started in reptiles and animals. And you know, you've done some really cool enclosures here, man. You've made use of some cool space. Now these guys, you said, it was funny, guys. He was like saying, oh, this is kind of small. These guys are getting too big. But I think this is still, for the size tortoises he has in here, these little Sulcatas, this is still a nice little run. He's got some coverage here, so they have the shade, your little water dish. Do you mind if I step in, man?
Yeah, step on in.
Let's have a look at these little ones, man. Let's see what you got. You got males? No, oh, they're all females?
Dude, that's what we're about to determine.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Well,
Shelly's a female.
Let's see.
Shelly's a female.
okay. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a female for sure. Guys, and when you're looking at Sulcatas, when they get to this size, you can sex them. But we're looking here at this angular, it's more of a triangle. With males, it's going to be more splayed. I'm sorry, Shelly. And she's also got a little bitty tail, okay? So we know that, and the flat bottom. And the smaller gular scoots, gular projections. So let's see. This one, this might be, let me get this one. This one's in the shade right
That's
here.
Indy.
All right, Indy, come here, Indy.
Indy is really catching up to Sammy.
Indy's a girl,
Indy's
too.
catching up to Shelly.
Yeah.
So Indy's a girl.
Yeah, Indy's a girl. Same,
Okay.
you know, same scoots. Now, on a male, you're really going to see them splay out, and they're going to have a much larger tail. Okay. Even at this size, they're really going to start to show you. Yep. You'll first notice here. Yeah. The tail may not be as long, but it's definitely, I would feel confident.
So this is just wider?
Males will have a wider, what they call anal scoots. Exactly. This is actually big enough for them to start passing eggs. The males need a wider area so they can manipulate their tail to impregnate the female to fertilize the eggs. But anyway, so that's looking good. So that's cool. You got two females.
Sammy's the one that we're not sure of. I was pretty sure
that's small though. That's the thing.
That's the hard thing.
Let's see. Where'd he go? Is he by me?
He might have went back in.
Man, he motors quick. So this is cool. He's got a little drain here, so when it rains, there's a drain. Because, not that Southern California gets a lot of rain, but when they do, it can be monsoonal. All right, so this is this dude. So this is going to be small. Dude, I think that's a female. Look at this.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. You got females.
So I will have tortoises that will hang out together then.
I think you will. Now, here's the deal. That we have yet to, you have another one, don't you? Have another tortoise?
Dino is the big male.
Okay, cool.
I think it's a male.
What we'll do is
that would be kind of trippy if it wasn't.
No, then you'll just have no problems at all. But I mean, males, you know, generally, you know, if you put females in with them, one male, it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Sometimes males can be a little rough on the females, but like, if you have a large enough enclosure,
just like relentless all the time,
not too bad. No.
Okay.
You know, I have in my enclosure, I have two males to do the math. I'm bad.
So you only have two males with all those
2.9.
All females.
Yeah. No drama.
Oh wow.
The only
and you
time
can
I get
introduce new
male-to-male
ones.
drama.
And you can introduce.
Well, that's the thing. Every time you introduce a new tortoise to the group, if there are two males, the two males might vie for, if it's a female, they'll vie for that. If it's a new male, it throws everything off. So as you're building them, that's when you're going to have the drama. But let's see this enclosure. I mean, it all comes down to space, Buck. You got to have the right space for the tortoises, you know. So
I think I definitely have enough space.
What's that?
I definitely have enough space.
That's all, but let's see this enclosure. I'm excited to see it because I've seen it on Instagram.
Right.
But oh, that's not it, is it? Is that the fence?
That's it.
Dude, that is cool. And there's only one tortoise in there?
Yeah, because he just fights everyone else. I have like people on Instagram and Facebook going, oh, I have this tortoise, I gotta move, I gotta get rid of it.
Oh,
and I have to find homes for it because he's too gnarly, like he's just too
That is
aggressive.
an epic home he has.
Yeah, but this is a sick home. I mean, guys, check out where we are. We should also do a cool pan. So we're somewhere in Fallbrook, California. We're inland here, just north of Escondido, and not too far from Oceanside.
Yeah,
too.
lilac fire started just on the other side of that house on the crest there.
Sketchy.
Lilac fire started right there, and it just blew east. I mean, it blew west.
Wow.
So we kind of escaped that one, but
yeah,
we were ready.
Well, this is perfect habitat for sulcatas in SoCal. Doesn't get too cold, and in fact, if these animals burrow, I know people that live north of you,
Yeah.
Near Ojai, that have sulcatas. There's a sulcata sanctuary up there, and those animals burrow, and there's no supplemental heat at all. They just burrow in.
See, I was worried about this guy.
Okay.
Because it does get like, it gets chilly at night. Like
I'll
it gets
bet.
cold.
Yeah.
And there's times when I had to come out and check on it, especially if it was raining, you know.
That's when it's a little sketchy, yeah. But so where's this guy living? And he's just nibbling on all this brush?
He's kind of spoiled. He'll only nibble on the actual grass. He won't nibble on any of this.
Okay.
He won't eat any of this. He'll sniff it every once in a while, but he won't eat it.
Okay.
So I still feed him the, what is it, the Missouri? It's called?
Missouri, and then
Missouri, and on hot days, you know, I'll give him like a watermelon, or
That's
a cantaloupe, some strawberries.
Right
but
on.
Daily diet is basically some like squash, romaine, and
cool.
Missouri.
Yeah, no worries. And I'm sure he's grazing on things that he can eat here. So what's the scoop with oh well, there's no burrow here.
So
what's this, man?
This was where his igloo was. I had a big dog igloo.
yeah.
Like with a heat lamp, threw hay in there. It was like a best Airbnb ever. And he never stayed in it.
No?
He made a like burrow up there. He was staying underneath that bush there for a while. He actually escaped. I lost him for 2 weeks.
No way, that's sketchy.
I looked for him everywhere. Every morning I'd go out looking for him.
That's
heartbreaking. I wrote some signs, and a neighbor found him like a mile and a half away. So since getting him back, I put this black tarp up because
it's like a visual barrier.
Yeah, it's a visual barrier.
That makes sense.
Dude.
Now let's have a look before we get to actually seeing the tortoise. Let's have a look here. All right, so you put this stuff down.
So I took the time to put about 2 foot of rebar into the ground just to kind of buy me time if he was going to start to dig. But what happened was, before this black stuff was here, I think a landscaper was up there, and he was just looking. He could hear the weed whacker and stuff. Right. And I guess he just he could see through the fence, so he just kept trying to walk through the fence, and he busted through where these. They're tough, see where these metal clips are? Yes. He actually pushed that through and pushed through this. He didn't even dig. He basically just bulldozed through the fence.
Exactly right. So the thing that I would suggest, and it's up to you, buddy, is you can run board.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Just run some board along this. I mean, such a big enclosure, it's an expense. Yeah. But dude, you love it. Yeah. So you want to keep your boy. Yeah. Well, here's the igloo.
So this is. So he built he dug a burrow. And what I did was I took the base of the igloo and I just set it on top of the burrow. Okay. Which works out perfect. So I made him like a little hut.
I like that, man. And you kind of decorated it.
Decorated
wood,
it, you know.
That's pretty bad.
There he is.
There he is. Come on out, buddy. Look at this guy, huh? What a beautiful tortoise.
Check out that hole.
That is incredible. Now, we've done videos before, guys. We were at Bob Bloom's last November. He's a Sulcata tortoise and tortoise farmer.
Yeah.
And here he comes. He's friendly as all get out. So we've seen some really massive burrows, man. Burrows that I've crawled in.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some of that stuff.
It's crazy, dude.
There's no way I could go down and get him in those burrows. You gotta wait for him to come out, pretty much.
Pretty much, exactly right. You know, what we actually did, we noticed one was injured, and so we used a backhoe and dug up the burrow to get the animal out.
Yeah.
That tortoise, by the way, everyone, that tortoise is doing extremely well. We are going to do a follow-up. We will be back at Bob Bloom's in late fall, so we'll do a whole follow-up with that tortoise. But in the meantime, this guy's
barely
chilling,
fits through.
dude.
Look.
Yeah, well, he'll widen that out too. He can make it through there, no worries. They're so strong. What a good-looking guy. I love, you know, they have such a wide range over Africa, from East Africa all the way to West Africa, along the bottom of the Sahara. And you'll see like certain, almost like localities of sulcatas. And I see this flaring in a lot of them, and I think that looks cool. Like some of the males, they actually, as the older they get, they flare back. It's kind of a really cool, you know, style, if you will, their marginal scutes. But you know, sulcatas are common, but I love them. I think they're just a friendly tortoise. You see this guy just came right out to say hello.
Yeah.
Now, it would be interesting to see how deep that burrow is by taking some kind of rod or even like a rock with string onto it and chuck it down. What you can do.
It's not that deep.
It's not, but
it's not that
he'll
deep.
only go as deep as he needs to find a comfortable temperature.
Oh, he's comfy then, because that's been about that deep, that depth for a while.
Awesome.
When it rains and gets a little softer, he'll get a little bit more out of it.
Will he? Okay, cool. And you know, we did another video not long ago with another species of burrowing tortoise. That's actually a North American species, the balsam tortoise, and even our gopher tortoise in Florida. Those guys actually do housekeeping, man. So they'll, like, if there's poop, if they defecate,
really?
they bring all the poop out. They actually flick it out. They clean, and you'll see some of your tortoises, if you let them burrow, kind of pulling out and cleaning and always tweaking their chamber at the bottom of that. That's cool. As he grows, the burrow grows, but it's almost like they set a GPS.
Oh,
like,
every night, man. When it comes that time, he just clicks on this little GPS button and goes right
back to it. So
it's insane.
The thing is, man, if you know, with that kind of program in his brain now, this is home, that's my safe space. You know, I wouldn't want to test this, but you wonder if he'd even try and break out anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's getting fed here. What an awesome tortoise, dude. That's really cool, man. Well, I think he's a lucky animal. I think this is great, and I think you can add those other tortoises to this. I don't think there'll be much drama. He is a little bit bigger. You want to be careful since they are kind of small.
Too small yet.
Yeah, too small yet. But
I was gonna
another couple years
section off a bit of this pen and then eventually keep opening it up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then letting them.
I think it'll work. And even you can even put like a screened area, like another piece of chain link, to where they can see each other. See how they react through the chain link. If he senses that they're females, you know. But look at this.
See that?
That's awesome, dude. So many of you guys are looking, how can I mark my tortoise? Look at that. Oh wait, don't give him his phone number though.
Well, you're gonna have to blur. You're gonna have to blur
that out. Okay.
Okay, you got it.
You better blur that out.
I will.
But anyway, but he's got a little mark there because all these kids will be calling you, dude.
I lost them, man. And
That
I
is
didn't want to
rad.
lose them again, so I was
So
like,
how'd you do that?
that is just like epoxy. Just a light epoxy right there.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Two dots of epoxy, boom.
No doubt. Yeah. Now you can do that. It's not going to hurt them. Eventually, it might pop off. But if it does, you just make another one. So that's one way you can do it. Some other people notch, but I think for like for residential turtle keepers, it might be more intelligent to do it that way, so someone can contact.
It was either that or like put it on his, you know, maybe like a lip ring or something.
You know, if you have, no one thinks to pit tag a lip ring. I just got that. He's a punk rock turtle, dude. Right on, dude. Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, no one would think to scan this animal for a pit tag usually, so that makes sense. Love the enclosure, dude.
Thanks, man.
Love where you're living. Before we go, I'd like to walk out and show everybody at home that you know, he's like the tortoise and the hare. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're similar to me. I'm ADD, I'm high energy, but I love tortoises. They bring me down. Let's go show, I want to show everyone at home kind of the other passion in your life, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, stoked you dig this.
Yeah, that's cool. No, it's beautiful. So as I mentioned, he likes to go fast. This is his STI. Now you drove for Subaru for a while. You're a professional skater, but this is now your passion. Cars.
I've been building cars for a long time. I've been racing for a long time. I drove professionally for Subaru factory team for just over 4 years in rally and rallycross. And this is one of my cars that I built from, I got, having a Subaru.
Right.
This is one of the newer 2016 STIs that I built. It has about 400 wheel horsepower, a lot of added stuff done to it. It's actually for sale.
There you go.
really good condition. It's just I've moved on. I've also built this car for my daughter.
Okay.
This is one that I built for my daughter when she was 17 for her 17th birthday. I bought it salvaged. I repaired it and repainted it all within 2 months, and did a lot of it myself. And then she decided that a manual and being a new time driver was just too much, so she actually took over my truck.
Okay.
And then I drive this as a daily now.
This is awesome, man. They're such fast and light cars. That's the thing. For people that don't know about Rally and Subaru, they're like, their names are synonymous, basically.
This one is stock 2.5 RS motor, non-turbo.
Okay.
This one is 2.5 turbo. This is like the new version of Subaru STI.
Awesome, man.
And then I'm also building a car for myself, because when I built this car for my daughter, this is one of my favorite cars.
Okay.
Being small, nimble.
Yep.
So I wanted to build a car for myself.
Right
so
on.
now I'm building my own project, which is the same as this chassis here, the 99, but
Okay.
I'm building a 98, and I'm putting all STI stuff on it.
Cool, man.
So
For people that don't know, what's that? The STI means?
STI is like the faster, more souped up version of that model.
Okay.
So this model never came to the US as an STI. It only came to Japan and Europe.
Okay.
So we never got this model.
Awesome, man.
So
Yeah.
I took it upon myself to kind of build it myself.
Very cool, man. I love Subarus. I actually had a little Subaru Legacy years ago, and I always wanted the WRX because I love Rally.
Yeah.
Rally to me, you guys know I love Jeeps, and you guys know I want to make a cool overland vehicle. I'm going to take my Tacoma. We're going to make the ultimate reptile rescue machine.
Yeah.
It'll be able to go anywhere. But I loved these cars because in Australia, you'll see a lot of Subarus, and in Australia, there's dirt track, just dirt roads, and these are all-wheel drive vehicles, man. They can go into some pretty difficult road conditions.
Yes.
Not necessarily off-road without some modifications.
You don't want to climb rocks.
No, you don't want to be a rock climber. But you know what? Some dirt track, no worries, man. These guys will get you going. So I always love them. And then when you put like the big rally lights on them, it gets me going, man. I'm stoked. So happy I came down to see you today,
thanks
man.
for coming
It's been
by
a while,
and checking
dude.
out the place. I've been talking to you about it for a while.
I know, so I'm pumped, and I want you guys, if you're interested in the car builds, go check out his YouTube channel, Buck Yeah.
Yeah, capital B, capital Y, Buck Yeah.
Buck Yeah, dude. It's a lot of fun, and I'm sure your turtles and tortoises will show up from time to time.
They will make it on there right now. The people want to see this car build. I've been spending a lot of time on it, days, hours, weeks, months. It's coming along. So right now it's all about the car build, but it will have some skating and
Cool. Lots going on, man. All right, and don't forget to go and subscribe to our channel as well, right below, and hit a thumbs up if you liked the video, and go to patreon.com/Kamp Kenan to help us produce more videos. Thanks, Buck. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopefully you'll come see me in Florida.
I hope so.
We have a lot going on. We'll see you guys later.